So hello everyone, today we are going to see the problem left view of a binary tree. So what is the problem? Let's see that first and then we are going to see the logic for it. So given a binary tree, print the left view of it. Left view of a binary tree is the set of nodes visible when the tree is visited from the left side. The task is to complete the function left view which accepts the root of the trees as argument. So we are given a sample tree and we have to find the left view. So left view of the following tree is 1, 2, 4, 8. So let us see first how can we calculate the left view of a given tree. So suppose if this is the given tree that we have, so left view means that if we are looking this tree from the left side, suppose this is our eye, and if we are looking it from the left side, so the nodes which are visible from the left side will be the left view of this given binary tree. So for example, if you are seeing from the left side, so you can see 1, then you can see on the next level you can see 2. You cannot see 3 because 3 will be beside of 2, so you cannot see 3. So in the next level you can see only 4, rest all you cannot see, and in the next level you can see 8. So the output for this question will be 1, 2, 4 and 8. So in this way we have to calculate the left view of this given binary tree or any particular binary tree if it is given to us. So it is not very much complicated if you have already seen the video of level order traversal of a binary tree in line by line fashion. So if you have not seen that video, please have a look at that video first and then you can again revisit this video, because in that video we have seen that how can we traverse a given binary tree level wise and line by line. Okay, in level order traversal we were doing, but line by line we were doing. So this kind of output we were getting in that case. Okay, so in this code also we are just going to make use of that code only. Just 1 or 2 line changes we are going to do. So what we are going to do is we are going to traverse this given tree in level order fashion and in line by line. So what we will do is when we are running a loop for traversing each line of this given tree, what we will do is we will put a condition whenever if our I is equals to 0, we will simply output our value, which means that we will always output our first value of a particular line. So in this way we will get our answer. Okay, so this is the main logic behind this. I will repeat again. What we are going to do is we are going to traverse this tree in level order fashion in line by line. So whenever we are traversing a particular line, what we are going to do is we will output the first element or first node of that particular line. So in that way we are going to get our answer. So let's see this code. So you can see that a function left view is given and the return type is vector. So we have to store our result in the vector, and the parameter that is given to us is root. That is the root node of the given tree. So what we have done is, first of all, we have created a vector so that we will store our answer in this vector. We have created a queue because we are going to do a level order traversal as we have seen previously. So we need a queue for that. So this is the base condition where we are writing if the root is equals to null, then we will simply return our vector. If our root value is null, we will simply return our v or vector. And the next is, so now from here we are doing again proceeding in the similar manner in which we are doing the level order traversal. We are simply initially pushing the root value to the queue, and then we are running a while loop. That this while loop will run until and unless our queue gets empty. So while queue dot empty is equals to false. So we are doing, first of all, what we are doing is we have to traverse this level tree in level order fashion in line by line way. That is why we are calculating the count of every count of queue in every iteration. Okay, so int count equals to queue dot size, which means that we are initially our queue size will be 1 because initially we only have the root node in our queue. So at this point of time our count value is 1. Then we are running a loop from 0 to count value. And now what we are doing is we are taking a current variable and storing the front of the queue in that current variable, and now we are popping that element from the queue, and we are now checking this condition. So this is the main difference in the previous code that we have written of level order traversal. It is just this, that we are checking that if our I value is 0, then we are simply pushing back our answer in the vector, because we only have to take the first value of every level of the tree. For example, if we are checking for level 1, we will only take root 1, and if you are checking level 2, then we will take node 2, and we will not consider 3 because 3 is not coming as the first element in the queue or in the level. And then when we are traversing level 3, we will take only 4. So this condition is helping us to perform that thing, that we are taking only the first element of a given level. Then the next thing is similar, where we are traversing simply, we are pushing the elements of the queue, because elements to the queue, because we have to do level order traversal. So if we are checking if the current has any left value, then we are simply pushing that into the queue, and if current root has any right child, then we will simply enter it into the queue, so that it will help us in the level order traversal. So this was the basic logic similar to which we have written previously in the level order traversal. The main difference was this only, where we are checking if our I value is 0, which means that if our element that we have now is the first element of the particular level, then we will print that, or we will push that into a vector. So let's now try to submit this code. So we can see that the problem is solved successfully. So this was the left view of a binary tree. So thanks for watching.